so much gaming. We're at NRG, Nerd Rage Gaming, out at the store, and I was actually one of the commentators, which was amazing. I had a great time with my friend Dom Stryker, and yeah. So let's just jump into this and see how this goes. A little bit late, so my brain is turned off, but we're gonna be going fast, so I think we'll be okay in the end. Now let me make sure that this is working. Perfect. See how fast this reacts. I think so far everything's working. I'm going to share my screen and we'll jump right into it. Yeah, what's up, Tim? Good to see you. How does everything look on your end? My Wi-Fi has been a little bit weird. Does it look good so far? Yeah, late stream. I just got back from Nerd Rage Gaming. I was doing commentary over there with Dom. It was a great time. So yeah, we'll be getting it in. Traditional standard event. I trust. Yes. I would like to lock in one of these 3 decks. The list that doesn't play Dragonfire, please. Yeah, this list has a lot of 3 drops. A lot of the lists that I've done. Appreciate you, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That that means a lot because it's hard for me on my end. I usually don't catch it until it's too late. So thank you. So we have 12 1-drops, 12 2-drops, and 11 3s, 3 4s, and then 23 lands, I believe. Yeah, perfect. Sideboard is pretty straightforward. 2 Lithomantic, 2 Torch, 2 Abrade, 3 Screaming Nemesis, 2 Twisted Fealty, 4 Leyline. And we're kind of just going to run it like that. Jump right into it. Appreciate y'all so much for watching. We're at 985 subscribers, 15 away from opening this Innistrad Remastered box. And for those of you who watched the YouTube shorts, I was kind of concerned about it being a repack because of the sides, and the top kind of has this like overlap area, which kind of scared me. But I went to NRG tonight, and in the case they have a bunch of these boxes, and half the cases in the boxes looked like this, and the other half were like pristine, right? But like I understand, like you can't make everything perfect. It's hard to make one thing perfect, So I feel more reassured that this is a real box and that there's going to be good cards in it when we do get to 1,000 subs, which hopefully is sometime this weekend. I think that making a lot of YouTube shorts about lore has been helping a lot, and the dream is to just go to MagicCon and be like, hey, like be able to interact with people, and I'm not going to say I'm an established content creator, but I have 1,000 subscribers. That just that makes me feel so grateful that people take the time to watch, because that means that people like what I like. And I felt crazy for so long for liking this. So definitely not going to keep this. I mean, we could try it. If we hit 1 land, we're in pretty good shape. Hell, we're goblins. Full send it. Astronaut on 1. We want a mountain off the top. Or a cavern. I love saying goblin with my cavern. Boom. All right. We're at 2. See, saying I have 2 speed is weird, but if I say I go to 2nd gear, shift into 2nd gear, that makes more sense, right? So guess what? As a car guy, I'm not going to say I have 2 speed. I'm going to say I shift into 2nd, right? And if you're at max speed, you're fucking in max speed, right? Like you're full throttle. That's like its own thing, right? All right, so we're going to go Howl Squad. If we hit a land, we just slam a Krenko and hope that they're playing like Fear of Isolation plus Hopeless Nightmare. Fear of Isolation. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. That somehow is even better for me. All right, we didn't draw land. But I mean, we can get max speed, right? I think this game is over. Yeah, so we go all these attack. Go to max speed. Play. Tap for 3. Play the Lord. Tap for 4. Have 5. Yeah, this works. Lord. Yeah. Now you can do what you want. Howl's Quite Heavy is a dumb magic card. I'm gonna say this card is Seething Song. What do you kill? The Lord? Like that's so crazy. All right. Well, yeah, what? Krenko. Cast Dropkick Bomber. Tap. Play another Krenko. Keep the new one. Opponent understands orders. It's just orders of magnitude at that point. It's insane. Trim 2 and a 1. Right, like that. Basically, we want threats to commit to the board, so we don't want Painter Studio all the time, although some are nice when we have a bunch of fun ones, because it's a lord that they can't really kill. Also, if it's our lord and they have to bounce it, because they can't kill it with removal spells, and they bounce it back to our hand, we can use the other door, the Painter Studio, in order to draw cards. So then when they finally have to bounce our lord back to our hand, they actually reset our draw and we get to draw an additional 2 cards. But, we don't want 4 of them. So we trim down to 2 and we cut 1 Krenko because, 4 drops are bad against the bounce deck when they're on the play. That's how I'd break it down. It's pretty bad. Sand is like slightly better. Sure. Pitch the Krenko. I'm not scared. Raceway, because why not? Pixie's fine. I'll pitch a land. Actually, my pitch is 3-drop. Well, now I'm wishing I pitched that land. It's okay. You can't control it. Scavenger's fine. They still have the... Okay, Fear of Isolation. So they're just tapping out. Swinging with a 3/3. Okay. The squee doesn't possibly get through. So I'm going to unlock this. I get these cards next turn. Belmerk's fine. This is 7 coming across. 8 if they cast the Nemesis or Nightmare, and then the Nightmare burns me for 2, so that's 10. Right? Is it a count right? 7, and then the counter, and then the burn. So yeah, discarding this instead of the land was the difference, because I could jump a guy. Yeah, 4 in the air I can't deal with. I guess I kind of want removal against this deck. It's weird. Nemesis was fine. Studio was just really bad. For the reason that we talked about. I don't know. On the play, I might just want to do... I don't even know if I want Screaming Nemesis. No, we won game 1, so we'll just go back to that configuration on the play. The Lithomanthic Barrage is a consideration to my opponent having a Sheltered by Ghost, but if they have a Sheltered by Ghost, the chance of me having one of my 2 is pretty bad. So we're not going to worry about that. Scavenger's good. It's a land. We'll play Merrick's. Play the Horde Master. This way I also get a death trigger, and if it's a land, it's just gone. I would like to take this action. Shoot your Scavenger, because I know you have a Sheltered by Ghost. I can feel it. Yeah, get that land out of here. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh no. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. I'm so sorry. My brother asked me how I was. Family always first. Okay. Mountain. I think we kind of just start building the board. Yeah, it's not a lot, but get a dude. Squeeze really good. Another land, but I have a squee. Yeah, I mean, that card's pretty good. I don't know. Storm Chasers is better. That's going to let them go crazy. It's going to let them pick up this town ain't big enough and then reset their Storm Chasers over and over again. Fear of Isolation, just to get some more enchantment triggers. So we're trying to race a... I feel like I can race. Yeah, put me to 18. Opponent feels that there's something bad that's going to happen and decides not to do that. Painter Studio, I want to draw 2. So you get those lands out of here. And I'll play a Horde Master. Swing out. This is 7. Definitely killing the flyer. Death trigger, and I can cast the squee eventually. Extra land is gone. Entity Tracker's pretty good just because it's a 2/3. This Scavenger is going to make it even bigger, though. No attacks. Oof. Good read by my opponent. My draws have been gas. So one of their last cards is probably a basic. So they can go level up and then bounce something. And bounce their Storm Chaser's talent. That's an amazing flip. The Firebrand lets me kill off this 3-1 or this 3-3 and get 2 more death triggers. Yeah, these lords are just so incredibly good. Pixie's good. Pixie picks up Overlord. No, Storm Chasers. I wasn't lucky. Storm Chasers is good. Prowess trigger on the otter, enter each tracker trigger, and Storm Chasers trigger as it enters makes the otter. Fear of Isolation, pick it up. Yeah, this entity tracker is very, very strong. They love to put restrictions on things, so I'm very fascinated by the fact that they didn't put a restriction on that at all. So play my land, play my Dropkick Bomber, play my Sear Slicer, give this flying, combat, chumps. We'll trade because I get 2 death triggers and I get the token back. Storm Chaser's good. Yeah, so I think that the entity tracker is probably going to single-handedly win them this game. I hate to say it. I want to win this game. But, I mean, they're drawing like 5 cards a turn. We don't really have a way to beat that currently. We need to draw Howl Squad heavy, like, specifically. So they have 2 flying blockers now. That's totally fine. I think I've won this game. I can jump 6 guys. They can only block 2 of them in the air. They attack. Send the message. Oh my god, we did it. There's no way. Oh, it doesn't have max speed. It doesn't matter. Oh, it does, because it just straight up gives the Krenko haste. There's 8 of them, and they have 6, 7, 8 here. And then this is 9, 10, 6, 8, 10, all this. All of it. Full send. That was so close. GG, opponent. Wow. Well played. Okay. Well, somehow we didn't lose our first round. That's a weird feeling. Usually we lose that round. So we'll see. I think from here on out, it's just easy rounds until the finals. They must not know how to spell. Play first. Sure. This hand is fine because I can mitigate the flood with this Painter Studio. Murder. Mm-hmm. Right, this is pretty strong. Edict is good. It's a reason not to do the thing. I don't really mind, so I'm just going to do this for a turn. Perfect. And then whatever card we draw, we're probably just going to keep next turn and go land, play both of these. Because if they tap out trying to be aggressive, we get to go Lord. Lord, Bastronaut, Firebrand. Attack. Bastronaut is 3 power. I go to 3rd gear. And then next turn, I can sack the Firebrand to ping direct damage. Go to 4th gear if I want to. Death trigger, and then the Bastronaut. Then the Bastronaut has double strike. Okay. That's a good draw. Cavern and Goblin. Always, if you play in Goblins, always play your Horde Master first, so that your ETB, not your ETB, all of your cards that you're going to play after this will give you a death trigger. If let's say we play the Bastronaut first, they have a murder in their hand. We're about to cast this on the stack. They can kill this, and I don't get a death trigger. But now I play this, and they have to decide: do they, before this resolves, want to kill this, or do they want to kill this and give me a death trigger and let me just live with this? Decisions. Now they're really thinking. They just take it, go to 15. I shift into third gear, and I pass. Opponent finds their third land. Okay, so bounce. The Lord and the Edict back to my hand. Swing for 2. They shift into third gear as well. I'll play a Mirrex. I'll replay the Lord. Play a Firebrand. Go to combat and attack. And I'll pump this. I should have pinged them so this would have double strike. But this is an extra body for me, which gets an extra 1-2 power, so it ends up being the same. Not really, but kind of. Shift into fourth gear, so now it has double strike for next turn. Sure. Sack a Firebrand, get a Death Trigger. Seer Slicer is amazing. That'll give me a Goblin back every time that I attack. I think that we're in a really good spot. Opponent only has spot removal or a blocker. And to be fair, a blocker isn't even good enough at this point. Especially when I can do this. It's lethal both ways. Doesn't it have menace? Yeah. GG. Good game, opponent. Well played. Bring in 4 removal spells, cut 4 Painter Studios. On the draw, we kind of just got to be the control deck. We're not going to be aggressive. Not against the best deck in Standard on the draw, or on the play. As is, we kind of just got to take a deep breath, reset. Let the cards fall, as they will. I can keep this. The Lithomantic's going to scale for everything else. This is the best 1-for-1 that we're going to get. Next turn, we can go double 1-drop and then play a Seer Slicer. Yeah, because they're holding up removal spell. This is actually best case scenario. Just go double Bastronaut. They don't have removal at the end step. That's actually crazy. Opponent has a single blocker. Pixie, okay. That's 2. Wow. I'll hit the pixie. Crash. Play the scamp. Yeah, opponent. Okay. They have no order run up. That's fine. Now they have to kill my Horde Master. What? Shift in the third gear. No, I don't want to sack Snoop. Fuck it. I'll sack Scamp. Kill one of them. Get rid of the land. Well, I definitely should have done that. Shouldn't have done that. I guess. Once each turn. So if a Scamp dies on their turn, I still get a trigger. Okay, they're racing. Very confused, but they're racing. Play a Firebrand. Attacks. Max speed, play a Scamp. If this dies, it shocks them. The 2-land hand getting there, it's insane to think about. Bounce my Lord back. Opponent, you should do that in my combat step so I can't recast it before combat. And an edict, okay. I mean, I like this. Sack the Firebrand. If their last card is a cut down, I mean, it's pretty good, but oh my god. So we drew the land. Don't we just pump the one they don't block? Yeah. Opponent sees it and concedes. Yeah. All right. I'm sold. That Bastronaut is a good card. I'll play it. Totally sold. I was iffy on that card, but then again, I've been wrong before, and I'm wrong all the time. Play 1, 2, 3, 4. It's right there. This is an 8-card hand because I have 2 cards in this 1 enchantment. It becomes even more busted when the rooms draw you cards. We get to swing through this. Next turn, they get to make some tokens, so that's never going to work again. But we're going to try. Play a Warden. Blow up the thing. Oh, sure. That works too. Then they blow it up. Really, really good sequencing by my opponent. Swing for 4 or 3. Put them to 12. Go to third gear. Kill one of them, sure. So we're at parity. But now I get to go Goblin. This 4 mana. Squee. Attacks. They're at 5. And if they have a pump spell, I die. Perfect. Good, because I kill them the next turn anyways. Yep. Even one block wouldn't have done it anyways, so GG's opponent. This is a Screaming Nemesis matchup, and also I think that's probably it. Painter Studio is great. Krenko's not the greatest. The 4-drop is probably never going to come down. As much as I want to believe in it, it's probably not going to happen. It's a sad reality. Much better. Probably bottom second 1-drop. We'll draw a third land. That's fine. We can hit a Warden. If we play a Warden on 1, we can hit it on 2 if we play this. Warden is one of those creatures that we really have to answer. No, not a Novice Inspector. That card's fine. Play the Deface Gallery. Do the thing. I would like to sack this and blow up your Novice Inspector. Because anything to slow down the convoke of those Knight Errants is just really important. See, look, they would be able to convoke it for free right now. Just slam Screaming Nemesis. Swing for 4. Jump block? No. Immodanes. Go attacking for 6, 8, 13, 14. I'm counting right. 8. All right. I'll put you to 9. Land's really good. We don't really want to take the whole turn off. We'd rather unlock the Painter Studio when they already have, or when we already have a bunch of mana. Like enough mana to activate it and flip something and play it. Make another 2/1/1s. And because they did that, they advanced to, they shifted us into second gear by using their pain lands. Okay, they sheltered by ghosts on the flyer, which is smart. Nesting Bot is their second to last card. They're going to go to 8 with this attack. I really like that. I'll take my Lord back. Double block. I'll do this for sure. I get a death trigger. Sear Slicer is really good. No blocks. It's just really weird. So we go to combat. Swing for 2. Painter Studios gone. That's fine. Sear Slicer. Astronaut. Yeah, it was definitely a punt. But opponent has second reinforcement, so I guess it's not. It doesn't really matter, right? If I think about it, because we block these 3 and we still take 5. Good game, opponent. Well played. They did the aggro thing really well. And sometimes you lose to decks that go a little bit faster than you. That's just the way that the cardboard falls. All right, we keep grinding. We got our wins versus the bounce deck, and that's how the matchup should go. I feel if we keep good hands, we're able to just achieve a board state that's wide enough where they can't really catch up without like a temporary lockdown or something. That most of the bounce decks just don't play sweepers at all. So yeah, it's really nice to see that that game plan that we were so prepared for. Watching the bounce decks is giving us a lot of information on how to build the deck and a configuration of goblins that really doesn't mind the best deck in the format is awesome. Being able to just be like, you know what, you can bounce all my stuff. I really don't care. I just have so much of it. You have to choose where you want to fight and over what. Sometimes you can't kill all the stuff. They only have so many this towns. Big shout out to Nerd Rage Gaming tonight. We were out at the store commentating, and it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna be clipping some of those videos, taking some voice clips and clipping them, putting them on the channel. This like same space, and we're all doing very similar things, and it was really cool to be talking about all my friends while watching their matches. So many cool people that I've met in the Magic community. It's really my family. It's amazing. It means everything to me. Magic is I don't want to say it's my life, but I grew up in the LGS, and it's always meant a lot to me. What it means to the community, what it means to the players, and so yeah. On behalf of all the Magic players, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for just being a part of the Magic community. Whether you're an EDH player or a Legacy player, standard player or a Pauper player, it really doesn't matter what kind of player you are. What matters is that you love to play, And I'm just thinking about how blessed we all are to be in this era where we're able to do, literally whatever we want as hobbies. And man, I love Magic. I love being able to play card games at a competitive level with people who aren't, gonna shoot me in the head. We've been waiting for a little while. Let me see. Usually the arena stops me from rambling. So let's cancel this. Get it going again. We're fighting for that 4-1. I was driving home tonight. I was like, wow, it's cold. And then I was like, yeah, you dummy. You live in Chicago. That's what happens when you live in Chicago. It's fucking cold. Oh. But it's a good kind of cold, it's like a wake your bones up kind of cold. Reminds you that you're still alive. Chicago has a funny way of showing you that it loves you. Maybe nobody's playing like at all right now. I just had to call it. Humans. I'm guessing it right now. Playing against humans. His hand's pretty baller. Did I tell you guys I lost to dinosaurs on Monday? Playing my standard LGS. Monday Night Magic. Playing standard, I lost to dinosaurs. The new Lord. Played a 2-mana 2/3 with haste, and then played the 3-mana 4/5 that made the 2/3 a 3/4. And opponent went to sideboards because they wanted to just give themselves a challenge. They wanted to see if they could win like this. Maybe. Opponent could have clicked the wrong button and kept an unplayable hand and then had to concede. That seems like the play pattern. And now they're looking at their hand trying to figure out whether or not they want to mulligan or just scoop the match. It looks like their hand was playable, so they decided to try it. This hand's pretty ass. Yamal. This hand's a lot better. Bottom of land, we're good. I'm charging my attack. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, ladies and gentlemen. If you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're sad at all, go check out Dragon Ball Z Abridged Team 4-Star on YouTube. Absolute legends make my day every time. Okay, it's another Convoke player. Play a Bastronaut on 1. Give him the eyebrow. Eyebrow raise and lower. And then eyebrow raise and then lower. Nah. Now they play their land. Sure. They don't have much, but neither do I. Cavern on Goblin. Play a house squad heavy. Akasmaka. Resolute reinforcements is good. Probably not a trade. They do trade. They're scared. Okay. Oh, they don't want me to advance my speed. That's probably it. Although now another case of the Gateway Express doesn't kill it. Now it does. And another Gleeful Demolition. Okay. I feel pretty solid about where I am. Another Howl Squad heavy. Attack like this. Another case of the Gateway Express to kill one of the Howl Squads. Okay. Sheltered by Ghosts. Knight Errant. Okay. Grab a Warden. Squeeze actually really good. Swing for 2. And I'll pass. Next turn, this can jump to eat the Spyglass Siren. They do have the Sheltered by Ghosts. There's a part of me that wants a land so I can double spell. There's also a big part of me that also just doesn't want a land. So we'll see what we draw. I don't think they're really dead, like they're fully dead, but this Night Air, if this Howl Squad Heavy was in play, they could have just literally died by swinging out. But we don't have a Howl Squad in play, so we did draw the land. We are very dead in the backswing. So this may or may not work. The way Richard Garfield intended. I like that attack. Just play it safe. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping in so much. Hey, thank you. Yeah. You know, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's so nice when I get to meet people at the energy. It's honestly my favorite thing, and it means the world to me. Um, they're at 16. Wait, I mean they're just a little bit away from lethal, which is crazy. I mean we're just a little away from lethal. Give both of these flying. No. Okay. Um, let's go to blocks. Yeah. And then we still take 8. Yeah, this is well played by my opponent. I guess not attacking with that sweep was the move. I wanted to be aggro though. 5 blocks, pump this. First strike, damage. Get my dude back. And then pass to normal damage. Take 8 exactsies. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like this is definitely how this matchup is supposed to go, right? It's whoever can do the race more efficiently, get your high impact threats into play, and just tempo out your opponent. Who's got a better curve, basically? And I mean, they got an amazing curve. They can go, one drop that makes an artifact, and then Gleeful Demolition it at the, like turn 2 Gleeful Demolition, and then Warden to tap all of the tokens to get the value immediately. That's a really good start that I don't think we can really compete with, unless we go like really good 1-drop and a really good 2-drop and a really good 3-drop. Like the way we beat them is probably going Bastronaut or Scamp into Lord or Sear Slicer into Howl Squad Heavy or Sui. Those are the cards that I think we should see. This is good. This hand's very aggressive. We're gonna double 1-drop next turn. I take it back. We have to kill this. We have to kill the Warden. Combat attack. It's got menace, so it can't be blocked. Shift into second gear. Now we just go Lord into Lord next turn for the next 2 turns, And I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. They probably got to try to be aggressive here. Like, they have to figure out a way to be aggressive here. I don't think it really works out well for them. Like, from the way they're playing, I can tell that they're going to flash in the resolute reinforcements. Yeah. But again, because the warden's only at sorcery speed, they actually have to do this here or they miss out on it. And this means that they just actually tap out and just give me the keys to the kingdom. One card on top, that's probably an Immodane's Recruiter. I'm going to go to face gallery. Attack for 6. I'm not going to sack. Not going to sack because this is a 2-3. And at this point, we're just racing. They probably go land, Immodane's Recruiter. War Leader's Call is their version of a defaced gallery. Also a permanent Immodane's Recruiter. However, I think we do have the upper hand, seeing as we can go another defaced gallery, pump a Bastronaut, combat an attack, put you to 2, sack a scamp, and that was a good game. Well played, opponent. GG. Well, sometimes the solution is not to board. The solution is to just go really fast and go vroom vroom, shifting your gears. Make sure that you don't grind that clutch too much. And let's just run it back for one more before we do our nightly brawl. You know, we're doing a little. We don't really have EDH on MTGO. MTGO does exist, but we don't really play too much EDH and MTGO. It's a little bit slow and clunky. What we do on this channel, on this channel, is we play a lot of General Create, the Bolt Bringer. I call it the Adventures of General Create. But that is coming to you right after this match where we are playing Goblins in Standard. And we really just want to be playing against the best deck in the format. Give us nothing but Esper Bounce. We want to play that deck all day. That is the matchup that I feel like we probably have the best chance of doing well. If we just stare at our opponent trying to unsummon all of our hasty creatures all day, thumbs up. That is exactly where we would like to be. Opponent's mold to 6. Oh, it looks like this is aggro. So we get to play the finals against aggro, which is honestly where I want to be. Opponent plays a 2 toughness creature that they can pump up next turn. So I'm going to play a scamp because I can play a lord next turn. Going 1, 2, 3 is probably how we win this game. We could alternatively take turn 2 off to play Scamp and Firebrand and play Squee and then hold the Lord for the future. I think because of the Burst Lightning, we probably have to end up being as aggressive as we can, getting both these 1-drops down. The following turn playing the Lord or the Squee, depending on if our opponent's attacking very aggressively. As is right now, we're not super scared. What I'm going to do is go Goblin. The Scamp will kill this Hired Claw next turn. For right now, this Firebrand is going to kill a Hired Fire Hero. Goblin's just lining up perfectly well as removal spells, throwing themselves completely selflessly at their opponents. Opponent's going to pump the Hired Claw now, knowing that I'm probably going to try throwing the Scamp at it to kill it. Or just uses a Monstrous Rage to pump it up. No blocks. Now they pump. Unless they have something else to do with their mana, they'll probably leave it up then. Frenzy. They use the Frenzy to kill the Scamp. I'll go upstairs. 1 card left in hand. Well, this is interesting. I'll play a Squee, get another body on the board, put us at parity. Opponent has probably a Monstrous Rage left. They're waiting for the last possible moment to use it. but I think we're in pretty good shape, even if their hand is double Monstrous Rage. Okay, it's just Monstrous Rage and Pump, but now they're tapped out. And we can go Lord, attack for 7, play a Seer Slicer, make a blocker. Now, the only thing that can mess us up is a Manifold Mouse, but it doesn't give the Hired Claw double strike. It only gives Mice double strike. So, really interesting point here. The Goblin's just being able to go just wide enough, probably to steal this game. No blocks. It's a free block. I don't want to die to something crazy. Because they can pump it to 4, and then a Monstrous Rage puts it 5, 6. Yeah, it's not worth. I have to block. Out of respect. Just in case. GG, opponent. We'll play. Okay, game 2. We just bring in the Torch the Towers and the Abrades. We could bring in Screaming Nemesis, but I don't think that's worth it. Take out the Painter Studios. Run it back like that. I think that, being prepared for the red matchup is probably one of the most important things that you can do. As a mage, know what your deck doesn't like against the mono red, and know what you're bringing in against mono red. 1, 2, 3. I like this curve a lot. And we're on the draw 2, so we have more good cards coming. Yep, Heartfire Hero is good. I'm going to do what I did last time. Save the 2 damage spell for the other cards. This 1 mana spell kills their 1 toughness creature. Save this other 1 mana spell to kill something with 2 toughness. Ember Heart Challenger. Hired Claw's good. Probably holding up a Torch the Tower or Burst Lightning. Well, with the Astronaut draw, I'm going to Torch the Tower first. Now they Monstrous Rage, probably. Save the Hired Claw, is what I'm guessing. They probably have like 1 other creature in their hand. They decide that it's more important to leave up the shock, which makes sense because this Astronaut is going to take over this game if they don't kill it. Which they do. And now we're back to parity. This Howl Squad Heavy's coming down next turn, though, to put a lot of pressure on the board. Screaming Nemesis, question mark? Manifold Mouse is fine. Can target itself. Not particularly scary. Go to mine. No, the mice are just too scary. Opponent's really thinking about this Lord. Now I'd like to Torch the Tower. I'll wait to see when they go to combat if they have something. Pass it over. Manifold Mouse is good. Go to attacks. Attacks are fine. Well, I would like to Torch the Tower you did. Now I get a death trigger. Seer Slicer is really good. We'll just jam this. Next turn we can go Howl Squad. Burst Lightning's good. Land Howl Squad. Combat. Don't abrade this. I mean, abrade is really good. Swinging in. Shift into second gear with the damage. Now, I think that this Howl Squad Heavy is one of the best goblins that I've seen in a very long time. Different people focus in on different things. I think that this card is just insane because it's a War Chief that's also a Rabble Master. Even if it didn't have Start Your Engines, if it didn't have that stat line at all, right? It's just so powerful. If they have Witchstalker's Frenzy, they have Witchstalker's Frenzy. Yeah, it doesn't change whether it's 1 mana or 3 mana. The only thing that matters is if they have 2. Max speed. No, shift to third gear. Swift Spear's fine. I was going to say, it doesn't block well, so they kind of have to be aggressive with it and use their Monstrous Rage to try to catch up in the race. Double Monstrous Rage. Okay, they have no cards in hand now. At 11. Attempting to just race. Scamp. I'd like to give the Scamp haste. What? Oh, I'm not at max speed yet. That's right. Shift into fourth gear, aka max speed. Pass it over. Play land. Trade with the Scamp. Yeah, letting me keep the attacker is definitely not right. Because now what we can do is we can go 1, 2, 3 attacks. I would like to jump, jump, jump. Blocks and damage, and sack to target. Yep. GG, opponent. Well played. Well, sometimes, your opponent goes super fast. Sometimes you go super fast. That's the beauty of the